And we're back.
We are back. Shut up, Tyler. Well, let us continue our news. Let's see, where were we?
We just finished talking about the Switch successor, and
okay, well, our favorite boy is back.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh,
Soulja Boy.
can't believe
He's at it again.
This was actually a little while ago, but he made a statement. He's released new stuff. He hasn't learned, but he said that Fortnite will be on his next console, and my notes don't really go into detail here, but this is what I wrote. No, just no. Epic says no, we say no, no. You dumb. That ain't it, Chief.
I don't get it.
my favorite slang of today.
The same thing happened. He said that the new Super Smash would be on his stuff. Nintendo's like,
There's no freaking way.
and then he's like, oh, Fortnite will be on it, and Epic was like, no, it won't be. I don't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You just see these things on Chinese websites that say they come with Epic, that come with the game, and then he just slaps his logo on them and resells them. He doesn't even know if the real game's on there, probably, or what. It's probably some horrible Chinese ripoff or a complete and blatant theft of the game. I don't know.
I don't care if the guy's on bath salts and that's what's causing this, but what bothers me is the lack of oversight into any of this. It's just like they're just letting him do it because he wants to. And letting him say all this stuff because he feels like it.
A boy can dream, can't he?
I'm just a boy with a dream.
He should have people, manager or consultants, whatever.
He has to, but what are they doing?
It's probably his other friends that are just
enabling him. Like, yeah, you could totally put Fortnite on that new console. Yeah, that'd be sweet. You'll make bank.
I bet you that's exactly what it is too.
Oh, they said no. They'll give in once they see how well it sells.
They can't say no. This Chinese website says it's already on there.
Oh, frick. Yeah, I'm...
Beautiful. I hope we get more from him in the future. Makes for great content.
It does. It really does. Oh my gosh.
When will he be in jail?
Sorry.
He'll always have bail, I'm sure.
Well,
but he still has to deal with those lawsuits.
Until he's sentenced. Next.
So...
Oh my gosh.
So the U.S. has seen record-breaking video game sales in 2018, which doesn't really surprise me, but it's a good thing to note that the gaming industry is growing.
Not dying.
It saw an 18% rise in 2018, which is pretty freaking huge. And I think some of the figures I saw were a little different. But I have written down that $43.4 billion were spent the whole year by consumers. And this is just in the U.S. So I think, I don't remember what the gaming industry worldwide was at like 10 years ago, but I think now we're over like $120 billion industry.
1983 ain't coming back.
No, not at all. It's... The video game industry is way bigger than even the film industry is. So...
Really?
Not surprised.
Well, yeah, in terms of money, it's over twice as big.
It's probably far less liberal. Not saying what I am, but it could be good or bad, depending on who you are.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you wrote down the Fallout
Of course I did. It's the new Telltale. Come on.
The paper bag.
So there are...
What am I missing here?
So
Words,
let me explain.
Oh, this is beautiful.
So Bethesda released what is it, like some sort of special edition?
It's a leather jacket for Fallout 76.
But the thing about it is it's bright blue, just like the uniform in the game, and so the way it's just textured, and it was specifically one picture I think that people were making fun of, but there's a lot of plastic bag jokes about the way that this
it's because of the canvas bag thing earlier with Fallout 76, how everybody thought they were getting this like a canvas bag and it was nylon for paying for the collector's edition of the game, and now they see this leather jacket for $276 and they're like, oh, so it's probably made of like a shopping bag, right?
It's a Walmart grocery bag.
So there were just pictures of people that had like written in Sharpie a yellow 76 on like a blue plastic sack. So like, oh, I bought the new Fallout 76 leather jacket.
Put their arms through it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That was one of the funniest things I've seen this year.
And this jacket cost $276.
Oh my god.
Which isn't like, for a high quality leather clothing product, that's not unheard of, but it's a lot of money.
Based around everything that's been happening with Fallout 76, that's absurd that they would think someone would want to pay that much for anything from them at this point.
Like, I don't think people would even want a t-shirt that says Fallout 76. Here's another thing. In Germany, GameStops are giving copies of the game away when people buy a used controller. And see, people don't even want to buy the game. Let alone buy a $276 jacket.
See,
this terrible game.
The game's been out 2 months and it's already like discounted half off at certain places or less.
It's so bad. It's like the PlayStation Classic too. It
blows my mind. Oh yeah, the PlayStation Classic.
That's cutting almost half now too. But
I haven't heard a single word of that since it came out. Just tumbleweeds.
Nobody talks about it.
Some people. This is one thing. People talk about like, oh, this game is dead. This thing is dead. No, it's not dead unless nobody is talking about it whatsoever. Exactly. If you have to say it's dead, it's not dead.
Right, so I guess since you brought the PlayStation thing up, it's not dead, or?
Snap.
I just brought it back to life.
It's always fully stocked at Walmart.
Shambling corpse.
One other thing about the PlayStation is it's funny because people put PlayStation emulators on the SNES Classic and it ran better. So, to close off the PlayStation,
gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So, I wrote down some thoughts about this jacket, and I was like, the solution would be to make it a little less shiny. Like, it doesn't have to be a shiny jacket, but I don't know how much better that would be.
Isn't leather shiny-ish?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. You can have like a kind of felt sort of feel to it, but not exactly.
It's the soft leather that you get. It doesn't have that sheen to it. It's just flat.
Yeah. So, it's...
You can do that.
I don't know.
The solution would stop trying to sell merch for a terrible game.
To make up for their horrible game
losses.
If you buy that jacket, we'll give you 500 atoms in game.
So to continue, I'm hoping for some light to be shed on this. But what happened with that one update that went backwards a version?
The most recent update?
Yeah. There was
I think it might have been blown a bit out of proportion, but it was basically that there were certain things they fixed in previous patches, a few different things that were reverted in the newest patch.
Yeah.
And people were just so annoyed by that, because not because of it itself, because it happens. Apparently they made a mistake with like the build version, like it didn't properly mesh with the older build they had, but it just reverted a bunch of changes that were already really annoying back into the game. So they basically just patched back in bugs.
Like they fixed. The weight of the bobby pin was a big one.
Yeah, the bobby pins weighed like 0.1 instead of 0.001, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but if you have like 50 bobby pins, that's like 5-10 pounds in your weight. It's ridiculous. And they're bobby pins, for crying out loud. They don't weigh anything. They don't weigh 0.1 anything.
Why even set a weight on an object that small?
Who knows?
Gotta manage your inventory. That's half the game. Half the game is managing your inventory and swapping your perk cards and repairing your weapons. And
spending it in menus. And
it's a menu simulator. It really is. So, that is what...
And I heard that servers went offline after the update. I think, did they make an effort to fix things, or...
Really? That's news to me. I didn't know that happened.
Because I saw that it went down, but I don't obviously play this game. Ben's our mascot there, so...
Yeah, I still trot along playing it every once in a while, and...
I mean, I did play it, and it plays decent enough.
You seem to have fun with it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would spend, what was it? Like, was it $60 or $40?
Full price $60.
It was $60?
Yeah. It was a $60 game.
Okay.
How much would you spend for it to play that?
Maybe 30, maybe.
So you play what it's at now.
Oh, that is what it's at?
Well, not standard. It just keeps going on sale at various places. It's like 34.
That's not
36.
MSRP. That's what people are trying to get out of it because they can't sell it.
Yeah, basically.
So, oh man,
fun times. I'm gonna do a review of that at some point. Like, I feel like I'm already in a fairly good place to do that, but we'll see how it goes throughout this year with them updating that.
Okay, so kind of a side note, Rockstar's looking for game testers in the UK. In their listing, this quote caught my eye. It says they're looking for people who can test various games and applications across all platforms, quickly learning and mastering each one. So that makes me wonder...
Across all platforms.
It makes me wonder if they're bringing Red Dead Redemption to more... Was it confirmed that it would come to the PC?
I don't think so. I haven't heard of that, if it's true.
Another thing that comes...
That would be awesome.
GTA on the Switch.
That's what I was about to say. Honestly,
GTA...
It could be that, but I don't think it's too likely.
No. A bit late for that.
But in light of what people want is, the Pets Initiative, port everything to Switch. So I thought I would mention that they're testing things across all platforms. Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation
nice
Collection.
Collection.
There's rumors of it coming to Switch, and let's see.
That'd be kind of cool.
It was listed by a Czech retailer. I am not even going to try and pronounce it. Herni.
Ernie Svet.
Oh, okay. You'll just pronounce everything from now. Herni Svet. Got to say it with maybe a crazy accent. Maybe
it's like Ernie Svet or something.
And it was also listed by a German retailer named Media Markt. Media Markt is what it was. That's not a typo. MARKT.
Marked.
Just kidding.
So maybe there's something behind this. Again, it's a rumor, so salt. Take some salt with that.
Remind me, are there any Assassin's Creed games on the Switch right now? Odyssey didn't come on it, did it?
There is. It's streamable in Japan.
That's right. That was like one of the first news things we ever had.
Yeah, that's the only place Assassin's Creed is available for Nintendo.
That'd be interesting
on the Switch.
If this was the first Assassin's Creed game on there.
They did have like Black Flag on the Wii U, so it's very possible for these games to be put on the Switch. It has similar capabilities, I feel like.
Well, the issues with the one they're streaming in Japan is that it is a little too intense for the Switch.
Yeah, and the reason they are able to stream it there is because Japan has a much better internet network across the nation than we do. Ours is slow compared to the rest of the world, so...
Mine's not, so stream it to me.
Let's see. So people were putting in a request for Shaggy from Scooby-Doo to be put into Mortal Kombat.
The Shaggy memes.
And they got a response from Ed Boon, who is NetherRealm Studios creative director, and he said, "Let me know how that works out for you." That's all he said. They were like, "We want Shaggy," and he's like, "Cool. Good luck." Then he trolled them after, saying he had a picture of Shaggy with like glowing eyes. I think it was on his Twitter or something. He said, "High, low, mid, grab. I will mix your shiz up in fighting games." So, censor on shiz. You can guess what word that is, but
was it crap?
Yes.
Oh.
So, in news of Epic Games competing with Steam,
Metro Exodus.
Metro Exodus made an exodus over to Epic Games Store.
Did you just come up with that?
I did. That was on the fly.
That's excellent.
Be proud.
I am. Good job there. Good job.
So
I think we're done then.
Yeah, let's go. Life's complete.
Yep,
There's
podcast
nothing
is
else.
Over. Last episode. This was interesting.
So after the game was taken off, like they're gonna what's the word I'm looking for? They're gonna
honor.
Yes, they're gonna honor the pre-orders that were made on Steam already, but they took everything else off. You can't buy the game on Steam anymore. It's only on Epic Store. And so people started bombarding the reviews for the game on Steam, giving them low scores and putting in text pictures of flipping off.
I'm confused.
The bird.
I love this game and I want it, so I'm going to give it a bad score.
Yeah.
Well,
I love it and want it on Steam, so I'm gonna trash it on Steam.
It was a defiance of their decision.
They should go over to Epic and trash it on Epic.
It has nothing to do with Steam. Yeah, they just pulled out from Steam.
They should trash it on Epic. That would be epic.
I don't think does Epic doesn't have any review thing.
2 for 2.
Do they not have any review things?
I have no idea.
I don't think Epic has a review system.
I have not taken the interest.
That's probably just the only medium they can see themselves able to protest in, which they think it's going to Epic or Metro developers.
So
well, I can't fault them. I mean, we got to fight communism.
Yeah,
wherever it's at.
Yeah. It's true.
So Valve made a statement about this. They said that this is unfair to Steam customers, especially after a long pre-sale period. They said, "We apologize to Steam customers that were expecting it to be available for sale through February 15th, release date. But we were only recently informed of the decision and given limited time to let everybody know."
So they were kind of dicks in not letting Steam know that this was happening sooner than they did.
It was like Epic Store's only taking this cut. Just suddenly jumped over. So,
I mean, the main thing I've seen that people are annoyed by is just simply making another account to manage. I do get that. I do get that.
It's not having to that big of a deal. But
no, not really. You play the game here, you play the game there. It doesn't really matter.
Matters to me.
But, I mean, having to make accounts all over the place. I think we joked about that in one of the earlier episodes. Just how many accounts are we going to have to make out here before...
Well, somebody had compared the Epic Store and Steam to, like, completely different gaming platforms. And that's where we were making fun of that. Because they were like... PC gamers are gonna have to deal with the problem that console gamers have, and it was like, well, no, we can still play the game on our PC. We just have to install a different program to do it. Yeah. So
yeah, there's just options. That's it.
So
it is nice when it's released everywhere. Like it's like, oh, it'd be nice if it was like on Steam and Epic, and you could get it like DRM free and all this. That would be
their obvious. If they were to move over to Epic, why not just keep it on both?
And I mean, it's still coming to Steam, just like next year.
I guess they're trying to force higher profits by not allowing it on Steam. I don't know.
Yeah.
Xbox.
You can't blame them. I did not realize that the Steam was charging so much of a percent.
Yeah,
like you're doing almost nothing.
Well, they have to. They probably hold the games on a server.
Well, I mean, they're doing a fair amount, but for a percentage that high, I don't think they're doing that much.
Yeah, I don't know. it's a love-hate relationship with Valve right now as a company. So
well, they do. I mean, when they screw something up, they do have to pay out. Like if they screw up the price of a game and they sell like 10,000 games for $1 or something, they've done similar things in the past. And they have to pay a lot of money to fix it. But
yeah. Gosh darn.
I think that'll blow over pretty quick. I mean, people will either buy it or they won't on Epic.
Yeah.
But
pretty much.
This just comes down to being picky, really.
Yeah. Xbox said that they're showing at E3 this year will be as big as ever, which is kind of a weird statement if you really think about it.
As big as ever, so it's not going to be that big because I don't recall them ever having one that big. I mean, maybe the Halo 3 announcement.
If they said bigger than ever, that would have made an impression. Yeah. But it's big as ever.
I think we know what they meant. But
no. Did they mean big as ever or bigger than ever?
We got to think of when.
Like, are we going to have something huge happen, or is it going to just be like consistently as good as it has been, which it hasn't been that great?
They meant what they said. Think back to the best Microsoft E3, and it'll be that good.
Wow.
There you go. So
big as ever.
Which one was
which one was the best?
Probably Halo 3, to be honest. That one was pretty good.
All right, so we get what? The next Halo?
Boy.
Let's go.
Come on, Xbox.
Now that we need like a 7th, how many are there?
I don't know.
I mean, I say that, but here I am playing Zelda and Mario, which is I can't even count how many games they've had in those series. So
come on, Halo cross-platform.
That would be awesome. Which actually could be a possibility in the future. Another thing about Xbox is they're bringing Xbox Live. I don't know what they mean by this, but they're bringing Xbox Live to the Nintendo Switch and iOS and Android and possibly more, which confuses me because there's already an Xbox app for those platforms except for the Switch.
Let's let Xbox take over the management of Nintendo's online.
Oh, there you go.
That's what someone else was saying. I think even Spawnwave, you know that guy? He takes stuff apart. He has beard, glasses, sits in front of a table like we do, but
I was gonna say that
that describes.
That sounds like
he's a lot smarter than we are. Don't get confused. But he mentioned that as well. That so
this is kind of interesting. From what I heard, it was just like it's literally the functional Xbox Live. It's not like games or anything. It's literally like friends and achievements and stuff.
But what does that mean? Because it can't be at the system level, so it's like an app you open and then you can chat with friends while you're sitting there doing nothing else.
That's what I don't know. Yeah. I'm thinking it might be the tools to include the Xbox Live environment in your games easier, like Minecraft does, because nothing else really does that in the same way.
Well, because with Minecraft, you pretty much have to log in every time.
If you're doing cross-platform stuff between like Xbox and Switch, that'd be good to have that there, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of laying the groundwork for that, maybe. Doing more of that.
That's kind of what I think it's more of. I don't think, because how worthless is an app? The Switch doesn't display notification pins on your icons. So it's not like if your friend sent you a message and they had an Xbox Live app, you wouldn't know till you opened it. So
that's
not very helpful.
I feel like
if I had to guess, it would be just to have like a groundwork where apps can pull into it, games can pull into it to manage that easily.
I also think it could be their xCloud service in a way. Like maybe they could implement that. I don't know that Nintendo would go for that on the Switch.
So you're saying streaming Xbox games to the Switch and iOS and stuff? Well, they already want to do it to iOS.
They're already doing that, but
it could be.
It seems crazy if they were to do that on Switch, and we know that Microsoft and Nintendo are friends. They're buddies with each other.
Yeah.
They were mocking Sony for it.
Sony's the kid eating glue in the corner.
Yeah.
You think they'd be friends with their Japanese counterparts?
Yeah, well, there's 2 Japanese counterparts, so you pick one of them.
What's that now?
Japanese is Sony? Sony's Japanese.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I always say that wrong.
Japanese.
I was saying that Nintendo would be. Not Microsoft.
They're next door neighbors.
You think that Nintendo would be more friends with Sony
because they're neighbors,
and that Microsoft would be the outcast.
They had a pretty big dispute on property lines back in the day with their 32-bit Super Nintendo PlayStation thing.
Oh yeah.
If not for that, they might be.
Sony wanted to own everything.
Yeah,
which they did back
Nintendo
then.
would have gotten the shaft on that deal. So, not that it's good that they ditched Sony, but it's kind of good that they did.
Sony clearly doesn't want to go anywhere.
So, the last thing is
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends is a game that came out of freaking nowhere by what company? Respawn, yeah.
They made the Titanfall games, and this takes place in the Titanfall universe.
It's a game that, takes place in that universe, but it doesn't have any of the giant, what do you call them?
The mechs.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
no Titans falling over here.
Yeah, so it's interesting. It's looking to be a Fortnite competitor, but it's interesting because, well, first off, it got 10 million users in the first 72 hours of release.
That's insane.
Which,
I mean, it is free to play, but still.
Yeah.
You were saying?
Whoops. I accidentally held down my home button.
Ben,
Sorry.
You were saying. So, let's see. The game, it's surpassed Fortnite in growth, I guess. Like how fast it's grown. I don't know the figures there, but that's what I read, at least.
For the amount of time it's been out.
And as far as mechanics go, it's similar to Fortnite. I believe you drop into a big world full of people.
I wrote a little bit about it.
It has classes like Team Fortress 2 and Overwatch.
It's squads of 3.
Yeah, squads of... Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
3 is a random number.
Yeah, I think it's a good number, and it's...
I mean, I don't know why one would be better than another. It's
everywhere but the Switch. So it's, PlayStation, Xbox,
so
PC.
It sucks.
The Pets Initiative, please. So, but that was interesting. It came out of nowhere, and I wonder how it'll do compared to Fortnite.
I don't think... I mean, you have, like, Fortnite, and you have PUBG, and CSGO had their new Battle Royale, which I can't speak for how successful that's been.
What?
Yeah, Counter-Strike.
What the freak?
Has a Battle Royale mode.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
We need to try that.
Jeez,
that would be a great stream.
I have that game on PC.
Well, we can look that up later because I don't know. I don't know a whole lot
on
of
the
details.
PC. There's a zillion cheaters with auto headshot turned on or something.
I will say Tyler VNN, he likes it. Last I heard, he really likes the CS:GO Battle Royale.
Who's this Tyler?
Valve News Network.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tyler McVicker. What a guy.
Shout out to our boy.
Yeah.
But that'd be good.
Had nothing to report on in the last 20 years.
Poor guy. And the Steam Awards, that's another thing we could cover here. Did you hear anything about
the poor depressed
Awards? The poor depressed Tyler, about how terrible it was? It was just like a 17-minute video with like no human faces, and it was like all the pics were terrible. I should have written down about that, but basically all the Steam Awards the picks weren't correct. Like Game of the Year was PUBG, which
oh no,
I don't even remember what the lineup was, but there were so many better games. And like the Labor of Love award went to GTA 5 instead of like No Man's Sky or other games in there.
What?
Just to give you a few.
Game's so old.
Labor of Love for Rockstar? No. They're doing it to get money. They're only updating GTA Online to get money.
Yeah, No Man's Sky totally, because that game was rock bottom and they brought it up.
They kicked ass with that game when they came back with it like in the last year or two. And that's not a labor of love.
That's messed up, man.
Now I'm kind of curious as to what they're still making on GTA 5 as opposed to what they're putting into it.
There's so much stuff.
But I really doubt that it was... I doubt they're not making decent money off it still.
Oh, for sure. People are still buying all those crazy, just high-tier vehicles that just
they cost way too much, and take way too much time to
makes it not worth playing online anymore with at least other people. So
I still like to play it, but
yeah, it's a fun game.
When we play on our own server.
I didn't mean to derail there, but I was just reminded of Tyler's reaction to the Steam Awards, which was not very happy. Is that all you had?
Yes.
For news? I had like 2 points. Just
cool.
Like really little ones.
Go for it.
It's a bit late, but the Silent Hill franchise's 20-year anniversary was last week.
I forgot. Never mind.
And it's too bad that Konami killed the franchise. Everybody's like, yay, 20 years, and it's dead.
It's like if Mario didn't take off at all. They just killed it somehow.
Yeah. I have visions of the future of where Half-Life 3 still hasn't happened, and it's the 20-year anniversary of Half-Life Episode 2.
I'm almost 100% sure that future is going to be real.
Yep. early prediction for whenever that is. What would that be? A
prediction for forever.
2028?
We'll never know if we're right.
What? Didn't we say it was going to come out in our yearly predictions?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's right. It's going to be announced at E3 or the Steam Steam Dev Days. They'll announce it for sure. Confidence.
Jeez.
They gotta wait until it's so dead in the minds of people that we can't have our hopes dashed if it's not good enough.
That's right.
Maybe another 50 years, and then they can release it.
And like nobody,
listen.
Everybody's like great grandkids.
I don't
the franchise.
feel like having a heart attack. I don't want to die that way. So if they're gonna do it, they better do it while I have a healthy heart.
As long as they can do it while we're in our 40s, we're okay.
Oh man,
that'll help us get over our midlife crisis.
Yeah, exactly. Everything will just be derailed, and then Half-Life 3 will come out, and everything will just fall back into place.
Yeah, family life will get so much better. It'll fix everything.
Honey, you've been so much happier lately.
My life is fulfilled.
Then we can grow big, long white beards into our age and talk about the days when Half-Life 3 came out.
Right.
Victorious.
Goodness gracious. And the staff was just like, what are you talking about? What's Half-Life?
The retirement home.
Yep.
So much fun. I got a lot of stuff to do in the retirement home when I get there.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine just all these old people just in there with their like gaming PCs that they've had for years and years?
Our
old consoles with their old games. Blowing dust off a copy of Crash Bandicoot Remaster.
I built this PC back in 2009.
It still works.
Been with me forever.
Still plays Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that
crap.
Smoker.
It's been too long since I bought it, and I lost my license for it since I bought a DRM copy.
Better pirate it. Will torrents exist then? Who knows?
I bet they better. That's where it's going, man.
That's how you secure your catalog. Do you have anything else for us?
Just the Division 2 has a private beta if you pre-order the game, running right now actually until like tomorrow. And according to what I heard, I don't know this for sure, but apparently the Division 2 is like a full-scale replica of Washington D.C. the game.
Frick.
Like to scale.
I've been wanting stuff like that for a long time,
dude.
I was saying,
if that's true, that's awesome. But I don't know if it is. That's like, just something I heard.
If they could ever build a Need for Speed game that actually has the whole United States, you know how insane that would be?
That would be crazy. Didn't they try to do that with the game?
It'd be pretty cool if they just had New York or something. Like one big city would be pretty epic.
Yeah.
Maybe not New York because that place is gridlocked, but some more spread out city. Like
you need a place with like both city and spread out outskirts.
Like Kansas City.
Didn't a game try to do that though? A driving game recently try to do like the whole. There was
was it The Crew? from EA?
I think it was
Need for Speed. No, that's not a Need for Speed game.
It's that driving across America, 18
Wheels of Steel.
18 Wheels of Steel.
Hey, that is an excellent game. Okay.
It's like you're entering this major city. There's like 4 roads.
Yeah. Hey, they had the Salt Lake Temple in that game. Remember that?
Wow, really?
They did, yeah.
Cool.
They have like landmarks from every city.
That reminds me, did I ever mention in The Last of Us, you can see the Salt Lake City Temple in the background of one of the areas? You like climb up into a building and then it shows the Salt Lake City like skyline with the temple there. And it's all apocalyptic.
Now they can do Spanish Fork and have the Hare Krishna Temple.
Yes. It actually is known for around here at least.
Yeah.
For the Color Festival. But
that's
anyway.
like known nationwide. People come from all over for that. But,
really?
Oh, yeah.
It's a fairly
Live
big.
here and I don't even know.
I don't even go. I'm just like, oh, the streets are pretty busy.
I don't feel like getting covered in chalk, so.
Once is enough.
Yeah.
And I've gone, I think I only went once. Yeah.
There you go. You did it. All right. Well, is that it?
Yep. Other than Crash Team Racing looks awesome.
Cool. Well,
I have a piece of news. It's been pretty cold lately.
yeah, don't freeze. It's a lot worse other places, though. So.
Yeah, well, I wasn't talking about anywhere else. I was just talking about here. I mean, it got down to like 15 degrees.
It's
Everywhere else is like negative 50.
I know. We
it's not that.
we always hear about the world just going down in flames, and over here we're just like, well, this looks normal to me.
Normal weather here. But
Just wait until that earthquake hits. You know that Wasatch Fault.
But I feel for them. I lived in North Dakota.
I lived in Washington, so this is the worst it's ever been for me here.
Negative 10 in North Dakota. You'd walk outside and be like, man, it's warm today.
Gosh. All right. Well, I think that does it for us. Just as a way of announcement, we have our gaming channel, Retrospection Gameplay. We'll have a link to that in the description.
Even though we didn't last time we told you, because McKay's a liar.
There's a description. There's a link there.
There wasn't when Alex checked.
Which video did he check?
The one where we said it in the video.
Oh, well,
I think
it's default in the...
We said that in the last 2 videos. One of them doesn't have a link. The next one did. The last one we did had a link. The one before that didn't.
We're gonna try and add to it. Right now, all there is me and Alex playing Knights of the Old Republic, which we haven't picked up since the day we started.
McKay wants to play more BioShock, right?
We'll be uploading my previous episodes to the channel so that you can catch up on there.
If I could figure out how to get the 3DS Animal Crossing uploaded, I would. But.
Talk to David. He's got capture cards. He has a modded 3DS. That is a capture card. Isn't that nuts?
Whoa.
You can do it. Anyway,
I'm just stunned.
Good job, David.
I think in light of our last episode, if you just want to think about the games that you've grown to love and thank the developers that worked hard on them. I think
that's right. Think about some of the oldest games you love and throw a little hate comment out there if it happens to be Half-Life 2. Because
yeah, don't even need words.
That's what you do.
So yeah,
send some love to our developers.
Hashtag thank a developer. And I think with that, we will bid you a good day. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.